Hey guys, how are you doing today? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. You can make amazing ambience out of any sound, anything, any video, any meme, yeah, and I'm going to prove it. And I'm going to show you today how I do it. And to prove it, I asked my Discord server, link in the description, to send any memes, any meme videos, any funny things, anything at all. And I got something creepy and I'll show you now.
For all my baby girls, I see your comments, ladies, and they make me smile. I'm lurking and I'm stalking when you least expect.
And that's what they gave me. So let's make it beautiful. So I have the sound of the video here in the DAW. I will preface this with saying that I did experiment a bit beforehand, but I'll show you what I did step by step. So first I drag the ambience out like an unnecessarily huge, stupid amount. Let's just say to there, just for whatever reason. And the way you would do that, if you don't know, is if you hold Alt, your cursor becomes a little hand here and you can drag it and it'll stretch rather than just make the track longer. And just listening to it right now, which doesn't really sound that appealing or pretty as I'm going for. And so let's see what I was doing here. So I loaded up a instance of the archetype Gojira X, and I turned off everything on it because I mostly just wanted to mess with the pedals. And so if I were to disable, and my DAW is being weird right now, but if I turn off the pedals, you'll hear it's just kind of creepy but kind of cool. If I turn on the octave pedal, sounds like whales, which is cool. And then for the effects, I don't have any reverb on, but I did want the delay because I really like how this delay feels and sounds. I didn't mess with it. This is just a default instance of the plugin, but without the delay, with it, gives it a lot more of the stereo image that I was looking for. And it gives it a nice tail. And then the only other thing I had on from experimentation was just a default preset of Concert Hall from Valhalla Shimmer, and it sounds like this. THX kind of vibe. Another thing I like to do just to take it a little bit further while I didn't do it in the final result, I do like this plugin a lot. It's just like a vocal manipulator kind of thing. And I can just quickly go through some presets and you'll see exactly what it does. And you can really see why I like this plugin, because it makes anything just sound intentional and not like a meme. And another very secret weapon, quote unquote, would be the Mishpi plugin. Typically turn down delta and rate all the way. I'll use distortion to taste, and I turn the noise all the way off. And just for the sake of it, I always turn the quality up to 100 because that just destroys it. So without Mishpi, and with Mishpi, there's a bitcrusher. And I find that using a combination of these four plugins really makes anything sound really, really just like anything you want it to sound like, especially if you're stretching out the sounds in Reaper or just stretching sounds in general. They just pull everything together very nicely. And while the video was creepy and while I made a creepy sound, I will go in with just the reverb and just the delay and the pedals that I had from Gojira, and I will show how I find sections of things that I really like. So again, just with the Gojira X stuff that I showed and the Valhalla Shimmer, I'll just go in and just listen and see what's cool. And if you're struggling, you can always just stretch it more. Because why not? I'll just stretch it like to oblivion and listen again. And you'll find that when you're stretching stuff this hard and this much, while sometimes it might be necessary if you're going to use like videos like this, you'll find that it does take a moment for Reaper to actually start processing the audio. So you're going to want to keep that in mind when you're lining things up. And I'll show you that in a minute here. So I found a section after stretching it to 0.006, which is insane, but it sounds like this. Again, it takes a moment. And that sounds really cool to me, to be honest. And after finding a song that I can plop this into, again, I started it quite a bit before where I wanted it to start, because where I want it to hit is exactly right here. But I had to start it here because Reaper's not going to process that audio beforehand. And let's hear the final result. And you can hear it's the same exact thing. Takes a minute. Just louder because it has the mastering chain on. And just to prove it to you again, I'm just stretching this back down, or I guess condensing it back down. All right, so I stretched it back to normal, and just to prove it, turn off the effects.
For all my baby girls, I see your comments, ladies, and they make me smile. I'm lurking and I'm stalking when you least expect.
And just like that, you can turn memes into beautiful ambience, beautiful sections, and it's amazing. But anyway, if you enjoyed the video this week, leave it a like, subscribe if you want to. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.